We're here at Capitol Hill, where earlier a bipartisan deal has been struck between the Democratic and Republican leaders of the Senate, Reid and Mitch McConnell, and that deal would reopen the government, raise the nation's debt ceiling, and would pave the way for new budget talks. That's the good news. The not so good news is that it would only kick the can further down the road until the beginning of next year. I'm standing here with Tahman Bradley of ABC News. Tahman, let me ask you this. Who is going to be the winners and the losers of this fight?
From a purely political standpoint, Stefan, the Democrats and the White House are clear and decisive winners here. Think about what happened. A small faction of the Republican Party, the Tea Party members, decided to use their vote to fund the government and to pay the nation's bills in exchange for defunding or repealing President Obama's health care law. And that will not happen, Stefan. They were forced to surrender, and to surrender unconditionally.
Now, this standoff, this inaction, Tahman, has become standard procedure in Washington for quite some time. And you and I, we've been covering this for weeks and months. Do you think that given the huge public disapproval, this crisis is going to change things in Washington, is going to change the way Washington works?
Interesting question, Stefan. President Obama, in an interview, said that he believes that Republicans got the message and they're not going to try this play again. But I've got to tell you, we will be back here doing this again in January and February. This deal is just a short-term deal. They're going to have to extend funding again in January, and they're going to have to raise the debt ceiling once again in February. Interest groups have dug in, and they're saying they're not giving up this fight over the president's health care law, even after all of this, Stefan.
All right, Tahman Bradley of ABC News, thank you very much. That's the situation in Washington. Back to the news.